everyone, Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm, and I'm in Stefan's garden, my grandson's garden, and we are finally going to plant the DIY green bean trellis. Now along with that, we're going to also plant some companion plants such as corn. The three sisters at Native America, they threw three things together and they benefited from each other. Corn, beans, and squash. But I don't think we're going to do the squash, just the corn and the green beans. We're going to do two types of green beans, and I have them here. We have the Blue Lake pole, and I grow these every year. They're amazing. We grew these on Stefan's swing set and the teepee last year. We ate a long time. And then we have top crop. I've never grown these. It's a very tall, well, 2 foot roughly, bush bean, but it needs to be staked. So I'll just run string to that and we'll do that. Now we're going to put two types of corn with it as well. Silver Queen Hybrid, and both are sweet corns, and Peaches and Cream Hybrid. That's the white and yellow. All right, I got a call. I tell everybody, don't call while I'm filming. First thing they do is call. So it shuts it off. So we're restarting. So we're going to plant these right now, and then we have to put the fence. It's going to be chicken wire because we do have the groundhog, like I said, and let me show you what we're doing. But first, also, I have bought and grown some bush beans as well. With the beans, you want to put plants in, whether you start them or buy them. Every 2 weeks, put a couple more seeds because you want beans all the time, all the way through the fall if possible. So let's get planting. All I'm going to do is put a hole and drop them in. All right, to plant the beans, you just want to put them about 1 inch deep. And just put them flat, just flat like this. Don't tilt them like that. And I'm doing every roughly 18 inches because I did start some already and I need to plant those. Just wanted to show you the Blue Lake bush beans that I got. They're already flowering. We'll get beans very quickly. They were ready to go into the ground. All right, so all the beans are in, and before I put the chicken wire up, I'm going to put my corn in. And it works just the same as the beans. Just poke a hole about 1 inch. And I'm going to just put 4 of each kind, so 8 total along the fence. Okay, I'm not sure if you could see the chicken wire. It's a 2-footer. And it's enough to deter the groundhog. They're heavy. They don't like to climb anything that's flimsy. So, and I'm also going to put hot peppers around. So let's talk potatoes. All right. Have you ever wondered why people trench to put potatoes in? I mean, come on, just bury them and they're ready to go. And you can do that. But if you want to produce the highest yield, trenching, as far as I know, is the best way. When you trench, you put this potato with all these roots sticking out into the ground, but you just cover them just a couple inches. That's it. And what happens is, this is called the mother tuber. And then as the stems grow up, they produce more tubers, roots that go out and have what will be potatoes. And that's why you have to keep covering it. You still have some leaves coming, up and you see those. But the stem, you just keep covering it as it grows, add more dirt, and some people end up mounding it. And that way, the original potato, the mother tuber, produces a stem with lots of other tubers. So all I'm going to do is just put this into the ground, cover it up, and then as they grow up, I'll add soil. Let me show you. All right, this is my trench. And it's really loose soil. And I'm gonna take this potato, see how it's cut? And I'm gonna put this so it goes up here, and these will go upward. And then I'm just gonna bury it like that. And as it comes up, we'll just keep adding soil. All right, the potatoes are in. You probably wondered why I didn't put the potatoes on the other side of the fence so the groundhog doesn't get it. Well, quite honestly, the groundhog cannot eat the potatoes. It's out of the nightshade family, and it would be a problem for them. But what I am doing, I'm putting peppers, the red peppers, because they hate the smell, and it won't let them go toward the green beans. And also, they're curious, so they're going to be wondering what I did. And the minute they smell this, forget it, you know? So. All right, I think we're done for the evening. It's starting to get a little darker, and I have gobs to water. So in the morning, I'll finish the okra and the sunflowers. So I'll see you in the morning. All right, it's one of those mornings, but we're gonna continue this. I'm telling you, I forgot to plug in my phone last night. Lost my sunflowers that Taylor and Stefan did on their video. How can you lose these tall things? And then I lost the tripod. So I'm gonna film me talking in the shade, but over here is where I'm gonna plant the okra and the sunflowers. So let's talk about the sunflowers. These are the evening sun sunflower. They're gonna get 6 to 8 feet, and their heads are basically gonna go 8 inches, and they're kind of they're reddish, orangish color. They're really stunning, beautiful. And the reason I picked these, because they're tall and the okra's tall. They'll kind of, the okra will support the sunflowers, although I'll probably have to put some bamboo to hold it. But as far as putting the sunflowers in, it's a taproot that's really long. They don't need a lot of attention. You could feed them once with maybe a 5-5-5, but they don't need too much. They just need sun, well-draining soil, and that's it. So I have 5 of them. I'm going to put them against the potting shed. Then in front, then we'll do the okra. In the peat pellet, the roots are already coming out. They really need to go into the ground. Normally I loosen it on the bottom, but the roots are out. I filled a hole, pretty loose soil with compost. I don't know. And basically I'm putting this into the soil, compost, and then just packing it down. These are super easy. They do like slightly alkaline soil or regular, so I'll adjust that if I need to. Let's talk okra. I did both the organic and the regular. I just wanted to see if there was anything different on germination, except I mixed up the seeds when I soaked them. So as you can see, they're all sitting on the bottom. So does that mean they're good or bad? So the rule is, and it's not always true, but usually, if they sink the first 15 minutes, They're viable seeds. You could use them. The rest you could throw away or just put them in an area and just see what happens. Okay, the okra. Oh, I always think of Louisiana. My father had a seafood truck that would come from there for his restaurants. And the gumbos, the Creole, everything. But okra was such a important part of their food. So it needs rich compost. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did with the sunflowers, just a little compost, and I'll have to feed those later on, but they're full sun. They're roughly going to go about 4 foot, maybe 5. It just depends. So let's plant. Okay, the okra seeds go roughly 3/4 of an inch. Just push it in. I filled the holes with compost and just put it in and cover it. And that's it. So easy. These do take 12 days roughly to germinate, but I soaked them overnight since we couldn't plant them last night, and that should take off a couple days. So put a marker so you know these are here. I also have this black plastic which will help germinate them faster. They are warm weather only. I put this little wrought iron fence or metal, whatever it is. I don't think it's wrought iron. And it's not to keep predators out really. It's to keep me from stepping on it and remembering. The okra takes so long to germinate. You don't want to step on it. And also, the sunflowers at first look like a weed. I don't want to pull those either, because without my coffee, I might. It is already so hot. I am sweating. I had to film in the shade real quick. But you could see the potting shed wall. That will be filled with sunflowers. Well, I only put 4 in. And then 8 okra, hopefully. And somebody probably asks why I didn't plant the tall sunflowers on the bean pole. I've heard of the 4 sisters, which is not an American way of planting. It's 3 sisters: corn, beans, and squash. And because they benefit. The sunflowers inhibit the growth, I think, of the beans. I've researched it, and there are tons of people that have tried it and it never works out well for the beans. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's a question for the soil scientist. But we're planted. Plant your hot weather stuff. Sunflowers, okra, beans. We're ready to go. Now we need to see Cooking with Taylor and Stefan later on what recipes they're coming up with. Have a great day. Please subscribe, like, and share.